More both English and Hausa. So, assalamu alaikum. I'm here with my brother, a long-time friend, long-time brother, former classmate. I know him as Abdul Manaf Yussif, right?
Yeah.
But these days he goes by a different name. You want to tell us your name and what you do, please?
Okay, my name is Abdul Manaf Yussif. Abdullah. I'm an artist. And then another field of art, I'm a fashion designer, I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a graphic designer, I'm an artist, cinematographer. Anything concerning art, anything concerning aesthetic value that has beauty in it, that has pictures, that is what you see.
Okay. It's interesting, but how did you get into all these things?
My foundation is art. From the onset, I started with drawing. Being able to create something, think about it, imagine it, put it on paper, create it, made everything easy for me to learn. I learned fashion my dad says it was a week, but I saw it like a month. But he being my boss who trained me, he said I didn't see it hard because of the art background that I have. You see, so it was easy for me because the moment I picture the style, I'm able to put it on paper. I only need the basics. So after learning the basics, everything became so easy for me. So all the stuff you see that I do in fashion it started from a week, and then the rest has been history.
I see. So your foundation is a week in fashion design, and now look where you are.
Yes.
I see. But how did you get into drawing?
Okay, from my childhood, I love anything that is colorful is what I love. I love to see color pencils. When I see colors, I get intrigued. So growing up, I knew I wasn't too good in the drawing when I was a kid. So I do tracing a lot. Those that draw, I follow them. Those that I know they're good at drawing, I chase them in their houses. Sometimes I pay them for them to do their drawings for me. They tease me in class that I don't know how to draw. So I hated to be teased that I can't do something. It pushes me to do
more.
I decided to show them that I can do stuff. But I know I can't draw, so I trace. At home, I take it to school, and I show off. My other families realized that, okay, this is what I do. They started buying these color pencils, drawing books and stuff like that, supporting it. So gradually growing up, before I realized, I've grown up with that art in my fingers, where I've been called from my classroom to other classes to go and do drawings of diagrams and stuff for the classroom. So I grew up like that until I got to GSS 3. Then I knew I had that foundation. It was there. When I was doing graphic design, it was there.
Which school was this? Just
Ring Road is GSS.
Ring Road is okay.
Yes, sir. I wanted to be a doctor. My mom calls me doc. She started calling me doctor. So my mind is, I knew I'm going to be a doctor. My teacher, told me after school, that is GSS, the man, you know what, I know you are a good student. I know you can be able to do your science and everything, but let me tell you something, son. Go do visual art.
Your teacher told you this?
Like, Manaf, you know what? I see art in you, go do visual art. I was shocked. That is after school. That is when we were waiting for our results. I saw him in Nima. Go do visual art.
After school? That means you'd already made your choices.
Yes, I've made my choices. Because I completed GSS in 1999. So let's say millennium 2000. They told me now go and do visual art. My dad, on the other hand, too, wanted me to do general art because he wanted to see me on TV. He wanted me to be a newscaster.
Oh, okay.
I remember my dad sat me down to tell me, you know what, son, this is what I want you to do. I want you to become a newscaster. I love to see you.
He wanted you to be in the media?
Media. He wants me to be a newscaster. He wants to see me read news, give reports, be a presenter. That kind of thing.
I see.
So he was like, go do, general art. In my mind, I wanted to do visual art. So whilst I was waiting for my results, my dad asked me to come to his shop, his fashion shop, to be there. I told him I wanted to go for 3 SSS classes. He said, no, I don't know what else you want to go and learn. When you go to school, since they'll teach you, you don't need it. I should be in the shop. So whilst I was in the shop, I was just doing my drawing. But at the same time, when it's cutting and stitching, I'll be studying. Mine is just to observe. That is around 1999 thereabout. So I was doing the sketches, because that is what I love to do. Sometimes when I see a style, I sketch for him and I show him. At that age. So he was still wanted me to do
The media job.
yeah. But I would see myself to be more like an artist. But I remember when my results came in, we went to school, I was facing the headmistress. And then the headmistress asked me, what course are you going to offer? I didn't look at my dad, told her art. And unfortunately for me, the only art they had then in that school was visual arts.
Oh, so when you said art, someone
My dad
he thought general art.
It was general arts. But I knew I was going to do visual arts. And I remember...
You're a politician.
Yeah. And I remember those days when I used to take my results to my dad, we were seeing general knowledge in the art, we were seeing picture making and textiles. He wasn't really feeling the whole thing. He wasn't really having the groove.
Well, did he know that was what you were doing?
Yeah, because he saw my results.
Okay.
My dad is very good at that. Our results from class 1 till now is there.
Ah,
He keeps.
he was very particular
yes,
about
he
your
keeps
education.
updates so that he knows if this term you're not doing good, he will tell you. You were not doing good this term. I don't know why you didn't pull up the following term. Your grade are like the same. No, pull up, go up. So Dad had that record. He was really checking. No, you were not good in science this term. I want you to pull up, push it this way, stuff. So he knew all of that. And you can't go on vacation without showing him your results. So it was like that. I needed to do more practicals. I felt I was wasting time. Then I saw one guy in our area called Kamal, and Kamal, he was also attending a rally. He was also doing visual art, but he told me he was learning more practicals from a guy in Hot Coffee called Nicola. That's my boss. Bossman, I salute you. So I went to see that work of art, and I'm like, this is what I'm looking for. And then my boss was like Nicholas. He was like,
but what kind of art was that?
He was doing fine art. He was doing portrait painting. He was doing real graphic art. School is just about drawing miniatures and stuff, small stuff. But he was into commercial art, the bigger picture, billboards, signboards, and drawing human figures.
Immediately you saw yourself in that.
And I'm like, this is what I want. This is me. So he was like, go get your parents. I told my dad. My dad was like, until you complete school, you're not going to be an apprentice. But I knew I needed this to complete my school with.
Complete your education.
Complete my SSS with. I kept pushing. My dad said no. Now I took myself there to the guy. He also like, no, being your father. You need to come and do the necessary traditional rites concerning me taking you as an apprentice.
Yeah.
I kept pushing. One day he told me that, you know what, Manaf, I can see the passion in your eyes. Come and learn. Good name is better than riches. This word, he said such words. This around 2001.
2001. Yes. They told you good name is better than riches.
These were his exact words. And I vowed to myself that I would make sure I would not disappoint him. And I'm speaking to you right now. If there's one student that he cherishes and loves and is proud of, that he can stand and hit his chest like, this is my student, is me.
Mr. Nicholas,
yes.
Where is he now?
He is one of the finest artists in Ghana.
I see.
He's in Osu.
Osu?
Yes.
Okay. Shout out to you, Mr. Nicholas.
From there, that's where the painting started.
I see.
Drawing the amazing painting, doing all the paintings, all the portrait paintings, the signboards, the space to space, the saloon sign. Then we didn't have all these digital stickers and stuff. We need to draw it.
You need to draw everything. I remember when we were growing up, even the cinemas.
Yes.
The small cinema, you have to do oil painting.
What my boss was doing.
Ah, I see.
Yes. So seeing him was like, oh my God, this is what I wanted. So after being with him for about a month or two, 3 months to 4 months, my final year, my work was different. They were shocked because I knew how to apply my paints and my colors. It was so different.
In school?
Yes. So that was the beginning, and I never stopped after school. I still pursued the art with him. I didn't even go to tertiary. I wanted to complete what I was doing with him. It's practical, solely practical. Theory is just understanding the terminology and understanding other stuff. But it's a practical work.
Wanga look at Jimba Kanaga Kamaya Kamata Kai School. Kamakanaga Kama no practicals, then how Kajeka Ftabayashi. Kajeka Fara apprenticeship. As I look at Chicana's school, go there.
No school, Natasha school. Inte
high school, one high school piano.
Kanesi secondary technical. Natasha da suba, insa da suba. She good in J shop, J sketch, Nje nche musu kuma su bari mai aikin gana zo yi. Asuba shin je na kare sa uniform na shiga motar wuce su. Isa from wurin na tashi school shin je shop.
Look at the shop.
Na tashi school around na don bi ina kai gida kamar cikin 4:35 shin je shop. Ko da ma 30 minutes man ina so jin gani me aka yi. Wani bi inda akwai aiki.
You're a very determined student.
Yes, ina kai school kuma kan abin kan lokaci.
I see. Sai mai baban ke ce.
Kuma bayan wannan ma ta lokacin da shi muna ruga muna makaranta. Inda na makaranta da safe na tashi shin zo shop. Inda na da rana shin je shop da safe. Sannan na tashi abin ga shop shin je. I was really determined to get this thing done with. Sai my dad shi ya san kamar na wurin. Bai so ba ma ni kuma gaskiya na kulle kuni na but because na san ba mugu abu nake yin ba isa bai damu ba ina kamar wani abu mugu nake yin da ya kware na ma yasa ba mugu nake bai sa bai damu ba ya bari ne okay bari kyale shin duba
cikin abin da
zai bar son takura mai bari feel and that freedom na ya help na I was free because he knows I was really going to school. My results were good, and that alone didn't give him problem. But if it had affected my education, that is where my dad and I would not be okay. We're really going to have a tough time. Can't understand it now. It's a limiting connection. School.
Okay, so it's very interesting because in our communities, it's like we are very conservative. And then we have the whether she who I touch you can cry cratch. You have to be a lawyer, you have to be a doctor, an engineer, or at least teaching. And then you chose the creative field. And your parents were okay with it?
Yeah, they were.
And they even supported you?
Yeah, they did. Beyond parenting, my granddad supported, my uncle supported. I had an uncle who told my grandfather, we didn't make a gun manaf na Zongo. That was a time the only color pencils. So I remember there was one uncle of mine who was in Germany. He sent down. That was my first time having how to call it, a bag
full of color pencils.
Color pencils. I mean, pens, crayons from Germany. It was superb, full of it, and I had it at my disposal.
I could imagine your excitement.
How, man? You remember when I had it, a little bit and I take it off, I put it on my desk,
just to look at it.
No, just for people to see that I have
something new. So flex. Oh, you're flexing. So you had a very supportive family. That's interesting.
I did.
Is that where Difrentfaze comes from?
No, Difrentfaze came from when I was with my boss Nicholas. Being with him, I realized one thing. Most of the students that he was teaching, after they get to a level, not all of them, most of them, they want to rub shoulders with them. And then he feels disappointed that he is in the area and is trying to give back to the community, but rather they are not.
They don't realize it. They think they are competing with him.
And then he felt that is how everybody is. So giving me the opportunity, I told myself that I want to be different from the other students. So way back in school, I was slim and tall when I was in SSS.
I remember you.
And had bushy hair.
Big hair.
So my peers, my class guys were calling me Dog Father. They said I resemble Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg? Ah, Dog Father.
Yes.
I see.
So for the Dog Father, and as a Muslim, I didn't like the dog thing. So I changed it, and then somewhere I was doing something. I did something and it was amazing in class. And then one guy woke up like, Dog Feed. So like from Dog Father to Dog Feed.
Dog Feed.
I didn't like the dog thing. I mean, coming and I'm like, nah, dog there, nah, not my wife. So I changed it to DF, which is the Dog Father.
Okay. So the DF originally was Dog Feed.
It was, yes. So I had the DF. The DF was there. I remember printing it at the back of my t-shirt because I was doing visual arts. So DF was there. So I needed something meaningful for the D and F. So being with my boss, I decided to be different amongst them. So I told myself that I'm going to give my boss a different face.
Face, as in?
I want him to see difference from me so that he will know that we are not the same. Okay. I want him to be proud that one day, once he gave a chance to this guy and he really was there for me, he was humble enough to learn the work from me, stayed until I told him that, you know what, you are good to go. And I still keep my humility and respect for him. So I wanted to give him a different person, so that he would see that I'm not like the other students. So I told myself that I'll give him a different face. I remember saying this in a mirror, right at his entrance. Before you get in this room, there's a mirror. I remember saying these words I'm telling you to a mirror.
You said it to a mirror?
Yes. So I told the mirror, I'm going to give him a different look, I'm going to give him a different face.
I see.
So that's where the different face came from. So then I was signing DF, but I knew
what
the meaning.
It meant.
Yeah, what it meant. But I wasn't too sure of whether, and it didn't sink in to be like, okay, a brand.
It took time.
It took time, or like DF.
So it became your mantra at the time.
So it became like DF clothing, DF art, DF this, DF. Then it became different face. The only difference that has one F, and after the F there's no E, it's rather R. So it's DIFRENT.
Okay, I think some of us are guilty of misspelling it.
Don't understand.
You really are different.
And then trust me, I will say this: the names you choose for yourself, they go a long way to have an effect on you. I'm being honest with you. The word different face has really given me different phases. Different phases.
Okay.
In art, I'm different face. In fashion, I'm a different face. What you see me acting, I'm a different face. You see a different face altogether. When I'm set acting, I'm a different being. When I'm doing my painting and everything, I'm a different being. When I'm teaching, I'm a different being. Anything that got to be creativity that I know a human being can do it, I'm a different being. I do carpentry.
You don't copy?
I don't copy.
They said one rapper said, copycats are like swearers, they bite for no reason.
That's it.
You don't bite?
No, we don't bite. We don't bite. I don't copy.
See.
I try not to copy. I make sure I don't copy. I try to be original.
Okay, you're unique.
Even if I see, definitely every artist get an inspiration from something. Get the inspiration, top it up, reduce it, deduct. After the end, you create something, you put it down, people will wonder where is it coming from. Every artist needs inspiration. I'm telling you this. We are the ones that we don't create. It's something we create out of nothing. But the only supreme that creates out of nothing is God. But we create out of something. Inspiration.
You need inspiration to create.
You see it. You see that you see something. It click. Then you put it on paper. Because even switching back to being a word artist was part of the name I chose for myself, Difrentfaze. I didn't know where it came from.
Exactly, I'm coming to that. How did you get into word art? I never knew you to be a poet. All of a sudden I hear you speaking rhymes. I was like, who is this guy? But after that's not the game.
You know, it's a name. And the thing was, when I was growing up, we used to do a rendition of music when we hear them, myself and my sister, my big sister.
Okay.
We change the words and place our words in it to make sure that it also fits to
the melody.
So we were doing it young, growing up. We were just doing it. I remember when we were coming to Ruga, if we pass through the Kanda into the Ruga, the only thing we do is that we remember sound and then we'll be creating them. That keeps us going until.
Which songs were you?
I can't remember.
Local songs?
Yeah, local songs.
Okay.
Then it was the hip life.
Reggie Rockstar.
Yes, we're just doing them. Sometimes the high life and stuff. We just change it. That was just by the way. It was just by the way.
You started drawing from very early age. Then you went to your father and then you started learning fashion.
Yes. After learning the fashion from him, after going to school, I forgot about the whole thing.
You forgot all about it?
I didn't even think of.
So when did it resurrect again?
When I was with my boss,
Nicholas.
Yeah, Nicholas. I realized that there was a trend of t-shirt printing. So we're doing the t-shirt printing. So I signed on my dress, DF clothing. And I decided like they were doing the same thing. I hate it. When there's a trend that people are doing the same thing. I'm like, okay, let's fuse it. Let's take off the sleeve of the t-shirt, fix fabric. I didn't know how to do it. So I took it to my dad's shop. I took it up. I told him this I want to do it. Fix this fabric there. Fix fabric. So we're doing all of that.
So you're like a director then?
Yes. So I was taking it to UCC to go sell. Sometimes I spend the whole weekend there, sell it, take my money, come back. I was doing all that. Go to town, buy stuff, come back home, add some stuff, sell it, do something. So I was doing all of that over and over again. Somewhere along the line, after finishing the art and everything, art in Ghana became a problem. It wasn't putting food on the table. Then I fused in with acting. So the acting also fused in with the art. So
that was you being an entrepreneur then?
So then when I was learning with Nicola Steele, I was going for rehearsals, drama company.
Where is it?
Empire Drama Company. Then it's at McBonus. McBonus in Nigeria.
Mamobi.
Yes. That's what we're doing.
So this brings me to my next question. As a creative person, how important is entrepreneurship? You can draw, but how are you able to sell that drawing? You can act. How do you sell that acting and then put food on the table? You can create fashion, but how can you market it? Okay. Is it important, or do you have to hire somebody else to do it?
No. If I'm able to create out of
nothing, out of inspiration,
then creating to sell it shouldn't be something which is going to be a problem to me. All right. So selling it, the way I sell my things, alhamdulillah, I have the crowd. Alhamdulillah, I have the people. Alhamdulillah, when I put it on board, people rush for it.
I have seen you on social media. You're like the MP.
So the moment I put it there, khalas.
You have created a dedicated following.
Yes.
People trust you. They believe in whatever you put.
So
and they support you.
Originality was the most important thing, and good services.
Good services.
They know that when it comes to DF, it's original.
At the Panetonia.
Yes. And then you see me rocking it, you see the way I portray it, you see the way I put it on paper. So you know that this person anytime he give us something new. So therefore, when he's doing something, we know that this is real, this is original.
I see. That's interesting. So this period of COVID-19, how has it affected everything that you do? Because I realize for some people, disasters or pandemic is like a muse to them. They're able to create out of pain. Others are happy and then they create. How has this pandemic affected you as a creative person?
As a creative person, let me be honest with you. You
didn't feel it.
It never moved my shirt. Talk less of moving the being itself. It never moved my shirt.
I see.
Reason being, it's simple. Intelligent people, they create opportunities out of
nothing.
Nothing. They create comfort out of discomfort. Intelligent people, that's what they do. They create comfort out of discomfort. Intelligent people create appointment out of disappointment. It was during COVID-19 I released Lockdown.
I saw that.
And Lockdown, I shot the video during the lockdown period.
You shot it by yourself?
Yes. I directed it and we shot it.
Where did you do the shooting?
Behind.
Just here?
Yeah, behind it. I shot it there.
So this was what led you to perform on TV, right?
Yes. Somebody heard him like, no, we need to shoot the video. Okay, let's shoot it. He came here, we shot it. I shot it during the lockdown period. I was in here, I edited it myself, did everything myself. When the lockdown was open, TV stations, they were just taking it. And it opened doors for me to be able to perform on TV. So you see the pandemic, but you see where I've gotten to.
What has come out of that pandemic? Exactly, it's been positive.
Yes.
For you.
And then during the same lockdown period, we're heading toward the Eid. I'm like, people don't want to go to Eid, but they still want to wear something. I created a different jalabia altogether.
I saw that very, very beautiful.
And then it went viral. People were just buying it because I made it suit the situation.
It sold out.
It sold out. So people wanted more, but I knew the target I wanted. People are like that. You need to when I'm doing stuff like you need to check. Give them some point in time they'll come, they want it, like the demand will be so high. When it gets up point in time, you need to lower the demand. If not, you'll get into lost. So I lower the demand and I'm like, it's not available. It's available. Then I held it a bit.
You're a businessman.
We're just trying to.
You need to be a businessman to survive.
Through that, I brought out my first drink.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, which is called Wesemis.
What's the name?
Wesemis, yes.
Okay.
Which is a sober drink.
Sobo.
It's the one that you
I tasted it.
Yes.
Yes.
It's from a different. It's from
So
different.
we have to let the
companies.
viewers know that you bribed me with Sobo. So now I ask you cheap questions.
Yeah. So you need to think. So Difrentfaze. Then it was Difrentfaze clothing. I realized that no, I'm bigger than clothing. I have a lot of things that I do more than clothing. I have Difrentfaze pictures, which does the film, the videos and everything, and have Difrentfaze production, which takes care of my poetry, my stuff, other productions. I have Difrentfaze clothing, which is like what you see. I have Difrentfaze, foods, which the
You
first
started
one,
with Sobo.
Sobo. So they all boil down to Difrentfaze group of companies. But I'm Difrentfaze.
You are the Difrentfaze, and you have created different phases as well.
And I'm the only person. I'm the manager, I'm the CEO, I'm the creative person, blah, blah, blah. Everything I want the company.
Don't you get overwhelmed?
You see, sometimes it's training. I grew up doing things alone, and I do it well. I work better if I am under pressure.
Okay.
Unless I'm tired, I just want to.
Pressure brings out the best in you.
Unless I'm tired. So imagine me doing all of this at the same time. I go on set to go and shoot. So come back, get time to write. So come back, get time for my customers, in their fashion. So come back and then, take care of family issues. So come back and see how my Sobo production is going on. So come back to check so many things. And so come back to check my personal being, as my personality as an artist out there. What is going to be. So I had time to check all of these at the same time.
Did we hear the muezzin calling? Have we tried to understand the reason for his calling? Is that why we're drifting away from his calling? Now we are falling.
That's amazing. So let's come to this particular issue that you raised the other day. I think that was last year. You said you had a program called Islam from the Streets.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Are you very religious?
I am.
Also, you are spiritual?
I'm a staunch Muslim. Deep religious. I don't joke with my religion. I don't joke.
Has there been a time, before we come to Islam from the Street, has there been a time that someone gave you a role and you thought, no, I can't do this because of my faith? You've rejected a few.
I have. Yes. Anytime I'm trying to act, my Islam
Comes first.
I won't kiss you. I won't do it. I won't do something that will highlighting other religion
Over yours.
over mine.
I see. So then that brings us to the Islam from the Streets. What is the concept about?
Islam from the street was, yes, I'm doing acting, I do everything. So I asked myself, what can I do? What can I do for Islam? I can't. Okay, maybe now I'm not that scholar who would have to be on the minbar to give khutbah, which that is one thing I'm setting my goal on. And one day I'm sure I'm going to see myself giving khutbah on Jummah. I'm feeling it. And I can feel the breeze that it's just somewhere along the line coming. So far as I've been able to be there to translate the khutbah all this while, and because of the Arabic background that
you have.
So
It's coming.
Yes, I told myself that if I can be here and talk, bawa hasan banjim bani, bawa larabicin nan ba understand bani. Inda alhamdulillah wa nahmaduhu bawa ban ba understand bani. Na san criteria of khutbah, an gura daga makaranta. Bawa ba sani bani. Na sani, ako malum ma aya guide na. I'm feeling like this is just so close. So I was like, okay, if I can't do that now, what can I do for my Muslim ummah? What can I do for the deen? Let's have this. Let's take the Islam to the people, because I feel that our youth some of them are diverting, they're deviating. Anti makaranta koyo ana zone basis, ana the imam ana zone basis. We need to take the Islam to them, and then we can't. The imam themselves know that in the ezo wazi preaching and yangachi, we need to spice it up. The generation now, you need to change the whole thing, add a little bit of the generation feel to it. You understand? I can come here, came across on WhatsApp. So let's keep making. Hey, let them feel that vibe from you.
You want to bring Islam to them using their own language.
Yes. So I've brought you to the street, where it's educative and entertaining. Khalas. 2. Entertainment in the Islamic perspective. Educative Islamic perspective. So that if I'm in the base and I'm like, okay, and there is this segment called pick and recite. So I pick an ayah. Like, I pick an ayah from the Quran. I'm like, let's say, Inna rabbaka ya'lamu annaka taqumu adna min thuluthay al-layl. Then I stop there. Continue.
Then the person continues.
So if you see your fellow reciting and you can't recite, I'm sure next time you will love to go and read the Quran
and learn it.
That was the whole idea. What add the Quran gave you? So this was just to give back to the society and pull them to the deen, because I feel that there is a deviation, there's a diversion, and people are deviating from the way. You understand? Yes. Okay. So that was the whole idea.
Okay. So why is it not on air yet?
I was producing it alone. No, I was producing it. I'm the executive producer, but I was producing it with African Eye Focus. They were in charge of the production. The production, like the recording and everything. And then I had equipment from my boss from Galwood. So we were doing production, but I was the executive producer, and it requires money.
It was your brainchild?
Yes, it required money, and they were so supportive of it. It required money. I wasn't having the money to push it. TV stations are not taking it because, it's Islam and we have to buy airtime and all that. And the only Islamic channel we have is on and off. It's not reliable.
So you've not been able to secure funding for it?
Yes. And I'm so hurt, but I know it's work for the deen. I know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will one day pull away. To the extent that I even had a chance to talk to the Chief Justice of Kenya when he came to Ghana. And he was overwhelmed with it. He even gave me a side to talk to them so that they give me books. I'm like, books? I want money.
You like cash?
Yes. I'm like, okay, let's see how best you guys can come to Kenya, come and do the program there. Shall I?
Okay.
So
that's interesting. My question is, looking at Zongo Republic, what we are doing is online first and foremost. We have dreams of putting some of the content on TV, but I would like to know: have you thought about starting it online, or you think it's not going to pick up?
Online, I think it's fine online, but the bigger picture is TV. I feel I'll get to touch a lot
more people
from TV. My target is the world, but charity begins at home. It's my people. My people will have time to watch other stuff online, but they will not have time to watch Islamic programs online. They will rather go and watch the best goals being scored by so and so player, even if it was 1640. But he wouldn't have time to watch Islam from the streets.
But on TV, it's easier, it's more accessible.
Yes. If she watch, she sees it, she'll invite somebody. She invite somebody. It's going to start happening. And trust me, it's different. The concept, the idea is different. It has never been shot, it has never been done.
I've never seen it. Anything like that anywhere.
It's different. That is what is giving me the motivation that this can go far.
Prove that you're a different person.
Yes.
I see.
And that idea came after a Jummah khutbah. Yeah. It just came, I'm like, I need to make this happen.
So it works like this. You go around the communities.
Check where the people
are sitting. What we call the base.
Yeah, I tell them.
That's the base.
Don't zomoku, kaza. We should don't zo. Like come there on the weekend. So I go there. So we start the question. What do you know about Islam? What do you really know about Islam? Not what is being written for you.
What do you really know?
What do you really know? Not what you've seen about other people. Do not even the behavior of some Muslims you may know. It's not a reference of what Islam is. So what do you really know about Islam? So we ask questions. Like how many verses in the Quran? How many chapters is it in the Quran? Who is the first, Khalifa after Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Who was next? Those Islamic
Trivia.
yes, that people don't really.
Something that people should know, but they take for granted.
Who is the cousin of, Musa alayhi salam? So those kind of questions. Then we'll go to pick and recite. Then after that, every pick and recite, if you're able to pick and recite properly, then you pick from the treasure box. Whatever you pick from there is yours. So sometimes there is prayer mat, there is tasbih, there is a hat, scorecard, there is Quran. Sometimes you pick and then you win yourself a ticket for a free dress from Difrentfaze. And I was doing all of this myself.
All of this from your pocket. That should have set you back a huge amount.
Yes, but I knew I was doing it for Allah and I was doing it for the people.
So what are your plans for Islam from the street from now?
I want to
Have you given up?
No, I've not.
But the people are not giving you money.
Yes. But I know, inshallah, if
Something
this
will
is
come
for the
somewhere.
deen, if I'm really doing this for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will pave way, and He's going to pave it so nicely and so beautifully, easy for me to just get this thing done with. And people will love it. But I know that day will come, inshallah.
Inshallah, it will come. Inshallah.
I'm not giving up. It's one production, my first ever production for my company. I'm not giving up.
We wish you all the best.
Thanks.
Did we hear the muezzin calling? Have we tried to understand the reason for his calling? Is that why we're drifting away from his calling? Now we are falling. It's just a call to peace and worship. Why are you frowning? Why are you boiling? Hayya al-salat, he says. Come, let's fulfill the purpose of our creation. For we have some questions to answer in our graves, and that's no dictation. Man Rabbuka, now that's an exclamation. So however your height, might or magnitude, wherever you find yourself, either on the longitude or latitude, with much gratitude and a prescribed attitude, let's unravel Islam, our treasure, with the right structures and the correct measure, regardless the prejudice, the misconceptions and the pressure. So let's get our gears on. Now I'm not referring to our knives and our spears on, but with our hearts and our souls on. Let's work on and on and on. So from this street and beyond, I present to you Islam from the street.
And now there is a program called Miss Muslima. Is it Miss Muslima, yeah? You've heard of it?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
What do you think about it?
You see, what we need to be looking at to is Miss Muslima. One, what is their intention? What is their core intention? If their core intention is Islamic, tick. If the end result is Islamic, tick. If the process of it is Islamic, tick. That's it. But until I see a deviation, it's not from the Islamic perspective, that's where I'll comment. But since their core idea, understanding is to protect the Muslim woman Islamically, khalas. But if the activities during that process is
Straight from the deen.
yeah, is parting ways with the deen, then they're going to have problems not with me, but even the world. That's the only thing I can say for now. Until I see that, then I'll not make a comment.
Okay. Do you think that such a production should be done by a Muslim organization, or it doesn't
It's
matter?
supposed to be under a Muslim organization, because trust me, we are the only people that can tell our own stories. the brain behind it, the image behind it, the backbone of it should be supposed to be a Muslim. Unless, definitely when I might have other non-Muslims around it to support it with their creative mind or their money and everything, maybe. But the brain behind it, the person who's supposed to see the overview of all of this, they need to have somebody to look at the whole concept, revisit it, see the Islamic aspect of the whole thing before it even, it should start. Which I know maybe they've done it or they have done it already. If it's not done, then there's a problem.
Okay. So for you, what's important is that the intention has to be good, the process has to be good, the end product has to be good.
No good, Islamic.
Islamic. Okay. Who inspires you the most, regardless of the area?
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm so passionate about this. My inspiration is Allah. Sometimes I do things and I don't even know I've done it. The last day, I see myself doing amazing stuff I don't even know. And I end up, people give me compliments and I sit back in my room alone and I cry. I only do sujood and say Alhamdulillah. That is all. My inspirations can come from any angle. Sometimes my students, if I ask them, I can be doing something like, Kusami, I'm not getting the style. Let me go and pray. Maybe Allah show me the way. And after doing it, the customer comes, good. My overall inspiration is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
You have a deep connection with your faith.
Very, very deep. Like I said, I feel it. My heart is beating twice right now.
MashaAllah.
Yeah. And then my identity.
Your head.
My headgear.
Yes. Okay. Before we leave that, where did it come from?
When I started giving the translation from Arabic.
For the Jummah prayers.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing this?
Like 2 years now. Yeah. Basically 2 years. When I started, I was just doing me, with my afro hair, with my beard. I was dressing normal. But the guys started saying that I look all fashionable, I look all fancy.
Fashionista.
They are having that
Perception.
that so if you're standing with the imam, you need to also be like the imam.
Like the imam.
Then I was filming a film called Terminus.
What?
Terminus.
Terminus.
Is another film that was very challenging. They're editing it. Yes. It's another challenging that I had to learn martial arts for like 2-3 months. Yes. Go to the beach, do training, go to my martial arts teacher, learn how to swing my leg, jump like Van Damme and all that. Know how to handle guns, have training on guns and where to shoot, how to shoot. My hair, I had line. That is how the character needs to look like. Because I want to have a different look. All my characters need to have a look. I don't want you to watch this film and see that I'm in the same film.
The same person.
I don't want you to see different faces. Yeah, of course, different faces. So they're like, yeah, lying. You can see lying, but so I went for the turban and I tied it.
Just to hide it?
Just to hide it. That was the main intention. The first intention. Then I realized that I look, and a compliment came. My students like, yeah, Karabiko.
Oh.
Kana mulla shi, kana daure shi, kaman abin da ka saba yi. Kuma yana kike daure shi na kaman you are an aspect to it. I just tie it. This style you're seeing is my own tie-in. With this small one here and a long one here. I can take it off and tie it within a flash.
I see.
Then I realized doing Islam from the streets. Then I'm like, no, I need to have a look. So when I'm wearing jalbab, I want to tie it. Then also it started giving me confidence. The confidence I started getting. Whenever you tie this, people look at you with a different look. Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram.
Yes, yes.
And I wanted them to know that behind this there is a peace from this heart. That is what the Islam is all about. So I still want to go to the offices. Sometimes I wear suit tie, I tell my time, sit in the office and have a meeting with you. You look at me like this, when I start talking, you sit up and look, okay,
sit down and
so okay.
Take notice.
Then you realize that, okay, so now I'm not supposed to look at this, let me look at the being himself.
Listen to the words.
Yes. So my performances and everything on TV, I want to tie my turban, so that you see that there is a new identity, and that identity is Islam, and this is the idea.
That's great.
Yeah. So I wear everything with it. Wear my jeans, wear my sneakers. I'm going to jogging, I'm tying it.
It's become a part of you now. So this is like the only one that cuts across all your phases now.
Going everywhere. And I love to do it. I'm going to bigger places where there's crowd.
Where people have another perception.
So when I pop up, you're seeing the only guy with the turban. Now you're wondering who is he?
Out.
Who is he? Give him a different look, different stuff. When I stand in front of you to deliver, I'm like, okay.
You're not only different with the turban, you're different with the person as well. That's great. That's great. It's been an amazing conversation, Manaf. I really appreciate your time and your effort. We'll do our best. We'll try to support whatever you are doing.
And I thank you so much to your team, your crew.
Just like you, I'm a one-man crew.
Guy,